good, YouTube? We're back with another video. Today we're reacting to 5 times Larry Bird sought revenge. I haven't done a Larry Bird video in a while. I know y'all loved Larry Bird when I first did my first reactions of him, so I decided to go back and do another one. I guess this is going to be some type of trash talk is going to be somewhere incorporated into this. I can feel it. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's see what he did.
Kareem slings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird.
You could never back down.
Jaw to jaw.
Once you do, people look at you different. You had to stand up for everything you believed in, and even if it's the one playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't, there's no use playing.
But so you have to throw them hands.
When you take a look at Larry Bird, at first glance, he might not seem like the most intimidating guy. He doesn't really look like a scary dude at all.
No.
Many believed they could get away with pushing his buttons. But one thing you should know about the hick from French Lick, he always gets the last laugh. Game 5 of the first round in the 1991 NBA playoffs, Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Larry Bird was approaching the end of his career. He had some serious back problems he was dealing with and wasn't quite sure how much longer he can go. In fact, before this deciding Game 5, his teammates said that he was even struggling to put on his uniform. That's how much pain he was in. But with the series tied up 2 games apiece, he knew he had to use every last drop of fuel that was still in the tank. And on the other side was Chuck Person, nicknamed the Rifleman. Throughout the years, these two were sort of rivals and always talked trash to one another. For example, before a Christmas Day game, Person said to the media that he was going bird hunting, and when that comment made its way back to Bird, Bird made sure he would deliver a present to Chuck. Bird shot a 3-pointer right in front of Person, who was sitting on the bench, then turned around to look at him and said, "Merry f***ing Christmas." Before the shot had even gone in yet. He would pull those kind of stunts before Steph even did.
He said Merry Christmas before the shot went. Who is verifying these stories? I feel like some of these stories are fake.
So these two had some history, which made this elimination game all the more epic.
Did Persons come out and admit that?
Just like the previous,
because I'm telling you, Batman wouldn't be able to get that information out of
4 games in the series, very competitive and highly entertaining, both battling to keep their season alive.
Why would you admit
but with 4 minutes
getting
left
cooked
to go in the first half, an unfortunate event would take place. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball, but ends up landing on his face and immediately had to head back to the locker room. And it turns out he broke his cheekbone, so the Celtics had no other choice but to play on without him. Boston was trying their best to hang in the game, but were obviously struggling to do so without Larry, while Chuck Person was definitely having fun. He was acting cocky the whole time, thinking that his Pacers were on the verge of advancing to the next round. But little did he know, Bird was actually keeping tabs on the game in the back, and couldn't stand the arrogance that the Pacers were displaying. So with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter,
I know Larry Bird came back, but I didn't know the story
back to the game to shut him up. The image of him coming out of the tunnel was like something you would see in a movie, as the crowd gave him a much-deserved standing ovation. The doctor said that he probably had a concussion, but he did not let that stop him. His heroic efforts ignited a spark in the Celtics.
You couldn't do that these days. If you probably have a concussion, you're definitely out for the game.
Boston took a commanding lead and never looked back. Bird ended the game with 32 points and willed his team to victory.
32.
Because, I've known Chuck
hey, he said call timeout, boy. Hold on, what does he say?
Ended the game with 32 points and willed his team to victory.
Yeah, it is a little special because I've known Chuck for a while and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
Here's another instance where the old man had to show the youngster who's boss. First, we have to talk about a matchup that Bird and Petrovic had in March of 1992. This game, Drazen was lighting it up. He shot 65% from the floor and was perfect from deep, leaving Bird and the Celtics extremely frustrated. Just when you thought he was finished, he put the dagger in Boston's heart unapologetically.
He is open for the jumper. We're tied. 39 for
Drazen Petrovic.
He scored an impressive 39 points to get his team the win.
We'll drop
Petro
40.
was quickly rising to fame, and before these two teams faced off again, the next time around, the pre-show made sure to remind everyone about that stellar performance.
The big question is who's going to guard Drazen Petrovic. Last time out against the Celtics, a career high 39 points. He certainly is a big factor.
Last 8 games, 27 and 7.
There in Hartford, no one could guard him.
An amazing night for Drazen Petrovic.
About 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, he hit a three-pointer, and as he was backtracking, he got into Larry Bird's face and was talking some good trash. Now, Bird's not someone that you normally want to taunt, but
Drazen really lit it up in that last meeting in Hartford with 39 points.
All this hype that was going around about Drazen, you know Bird was listening. You could tell he was salivating at the mouth for some payback.
Score of 8-2. We play 2 minutes and 40 seconds with Larry Bird.
Give me that. Wide open.
This time, Bird was the one on fire, dropping 25 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds,
catch the true
while
Hall of Fame.
Drazen could barely even get a shot off. He produced a stat line that was not even close to the one he had during their earlier meeting, just a dull 12 points. He should have known that Bird never forgets anything. It's no secret that Larry Bird and Bill Laimbeer absolutely despised one another. Within this heated rivalry, we saw them go at each other's neck on multiple occasions. But in one game in particular, Larry Bird literally got instant revenge.
Oh, he didn't dap him up.
Larry Bird literally got instant revenge.
Nah.
It was game 2 of the 1985 Eastern Conference semifinals between the Pistons and Celtics. Bill Laimbeer was deliberately elbowing Bird as soon as the game started.
I mean, he didn't dap
wanted
him
to take
up.
Bird out early.
Come on.
And he even ended up cutting his chin
He
wide
asked
open.
for it.
The way Laimbeer was
Woo.
playing out there
Whoa,
was
you see how he
probably
walked
not the
off?
smartest idea. If Larry is the guy you're doing it to, he's not the type to just let you get away with that. And from that point on, Bird did not play around anymore.
Knocking Bird down.
All right,
Larry wheels
1,
off
2,
the bugle.
up.
Scored. Down. Bird outside.
Catch and shoot, Hall of Fame.
Encouraging you.
Good D. Give me that.
The others know they're not involved.
Put back. You can't rebound over me, my lord.
Is he tough or what? 34 in the game for Larry Bird.
34.
Now, don't get it twisted. Larry definitely welcomed physical play with open arms. But when you go out of your way to literally draw blood, all you end up accomplishing is releasing an angry Bird from his cage. He put up 31 points in the second half alone and wound up with a total of 42 points, making Bill instantly regret his actions. Back when Larry Bird was a freshman in college at Indiana University, it was said that the veterans on that team would kinda bully him, even though I know that is hard to believe, and that one player in specific, Kent Benson, who was their starting center, constantly went out of his way to chastise him, always giving Bird a hard time since Larry was the new guy on the team, and rumors say that was part of the reason he didn't stay there very long, and ultimately ended up transferring to Indiana State shortly after.
This picture right here. With the 2 women in front like this and he's in the back. Bro, what image are they trying to portray of it, bro? it's like, what were they actually trying to do with this?
Now, fast forward to 1985, Bird was now on the Celtics while Benson played for the Pistons, and this is where Bird would finally get his revenge. Well, kinda. You see, while Bird did do his thing out there, it was Kevin McHale who was destroying Detroit, especially Kent Benson. And get this, Larry actually noticed that McHale had the hot hand and that Benson was struggling to guard him, so Bird encouraged McHale to keep making things miserable for Benson by simply feeding him the ball over and over again and grab some popcorn watching him go to work. Benson eventually even needed Laimbeer to help him stop McHale, but that also failed.
Oh,
and
nah.
when it was
They
all
had to
said and
double
done,
team McHale. Okay,
ultimately
McHale.
broke the franchise record with 56 points,
Woo!
mostly at the expense of Kent Benson, which was really making him
56?
frustrated.
Nah, McHale was tough. I might need to see some. I'm hearing too much about it. Wait, what did he do?
Which was really making him frustrated. Expense of Kent Benson, which was with 56 points, mostly at the expense of Kent Benson, which was really making him frustrated.
You start talking to the ref?
Blaine Reichelt, I think, has a
You know when you're talking to the ref like this that you're losing.
gotta be a T.
Yeah!
Benson has just been tossed from the game.
Get him out!
Now, Bird definitely appreciated the fact that McHale embarrassed Benson for him, but he wasn't quite
alright, buddy.
done with McHale yet. You see, by McHale going for 56 points, he actually broke Larry Bird's previous Celtics record, 53 points. And don't you think for 1 second that Larry didn't realize that. Larry even said after McHale's impressive performance that he should have gone for 60.
Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, nah, you should have kept going because that may not last.
Well, the fact that he didn't go for 60 and that Bird secretly wanted to get the record back, he got the idea, why not go for 60 himself? So guess what? Only about a week later, Bird would put on a show that would go down in history forever. A performance that even made the opposite team go crazy. He went for 60 points.
So he gave McHale the record by passing it to him all the time, and that's it. A week later, I'll let you enjoy it for a week, and then I'll take it back. That's
against the Atlanta Hawks, reclaiming the franchise record in points in a single game. So I guess you could say that he got revenge on his very own teammate. During a 1987 contest between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, who was still a baby at the time, attempted to guard Larry Bird, but he wasn't all that successful at it. Bird just took Jordan to the post at ease. So then head coach of the Bulls, Doug Collins, decided to put a slightly bigger player on Larry, forward Ben Poquet, and that only made things worse for Chicago because Bird took that as a personal insult. As soon as Collins put Poquet in the game to guard Larry, Larry said this out loud to Doug Collins: "Ben Poquet, are you kidding me?" And here's why Bird reacted in such a way. Quote, "As far as playing, I didn't care who guarded me. I just didn't want a white guy guarding me because it's disrespect to my game."
Remember this? Yeah, this is I don't know if this is racist. I don't know if this is this is just cockiness. I don't know what this is, but it is straight menace. Straight menace.
Well, since Larry couldn't really tell Poquet to go sit back down, he thought he might as well humiliate him while he's at it.
Standing dribble at the stripe. Bird has it right of the circle. Fakes on Poquet. Gets to the lane. Fadeaway shot. Good.
Hard shot.
Holds the 4-2 lead. Celtics on the attack. Bird has it right corner. He fires. Rimming. Good. Hit the top of the glass. Side left against Jordan. Bird pops and shoots from the right side and nails another one. Ainge between the circles, swings it left to Bird. Shoots foul line. Good.
That shot
Larry
is so automatic.
Would ultimately drop 41 points, forcing Collins to think twice before quote-unquote disrespecting his game ever again. So there you go. All this man wanted to do was get the W for his team and go home to cut his grass in peace. But no, those players couldn't just let him be. They just had to provoke the legend and ultimately had to pay the price. Comment down below what your all-time favorite Larry Bird moment is. And
I honestly don't have one. He has too many. Larry Bird, honestly. I wish I could watch him live, bro. I wish I could watch a player like him live, because as cool as the NBA is now, it's boring. Like, there's no, like, Dylan Brooks. Oh, look at him. He's such a menace. He's not saying things like this, and he's not, and Dylan Brooks isn't nice like that. Like, someone who can talk and is nice like that is a different breed. But yeah. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
I'm just talking on this beat, like it's just you and just me. We can say the side of the beef.